I got this sent to me about what's going on with this young man. And it brought my mind back to some of the content that I've done in the past. You know, I'm not a hater. I don't hate Austin Holloman. I just think he's a dummy. I can't hate somebody that I think is a dummy. I don't hate these guys. You know, they use words like Nana is a hater. Nana hates the Passport Bros. I hate when people make bad decisions. So this was mostly my call to action so that young men and women, what's good, Yabas? Long time, I haven't seen you in a long time. I did this to prevent the next young man from being an Austin Holloman because I'm older than him, I'm well traveled than him, and I could see where he was going. Okay, I could see that this young man, I think he's a good guy. I don't know him. I will talk to Austin. You know, I think he's a good guy. I'll talk to him. I'll give him guidance. I will help him, right? But I also make videos about his L's. So if I hate somebody, I won't talk to him. I will talk to O'Shea Duke Jackson off camera. He thinks talking to me on camera means that I will get views or I'll get attention. No, I'll do it off camera. I'll talk to him off camera. I don't care. As long as they learn and it helps them. You know, my goal is that I think everybody can be helped, right? So even Austin can be helped. But this thing drew my attention. So this brother, today I'm in a good mood, okay? So I'm gonna call him brother. Nana is in a good mood today, so I'm gonna call these guys brother. So this brother here has about 158,000 subscribers. It doesn't matter, you know, it's YouTube. It's a lot, but that's a lot of human beings. It's a lot of human beings, okay? He live streams literally every day. He also has membership. Okay, as you can see here, these are people that pay a monthly subscription to help him in his content. That's good. You know, vagina is sweet, all right? It's sweet. We call it in Africa, most countries in West Africa, we call it toto. So toto is sweet, all right? It's sweet, but toto can also make you do very horrible things. It can make you do bad things. And as a man, when you're growing up, there's a stage of life where you have to indulge in totalism, okay? You have to indulge in it. And then you have to fade yourself away from it. When you get to a certain age, you start taking life more seriously. You start being a little bit more responsible with your life, okay? Maybe you start putting out some dependents. You start having some children. You might find a pretty good-looking black woman that you want to marry and build a family with. That might be the next step, okay? Everybody's different. But this constant desire to travel all over the damn place, spend all this money buying air tickets, sleeping in hotels and Airbnbs, just to get some ass, and you're not even talking to regular nice-looking girls. You're going to brothels. There's some good brothels here, you know. There's some good brothels here. I can trust that at least the American prostitutes will take some good showers. I know that for a fact because the water flows here. There's hot water, okay? So I think if you really want to trick, this is like the good spot to trick, right? The only reason that you get overseas it's because it's cheaper. It's cheaper. But even if you have to do that, why do you have to put it on why do you have to film it? Why do you have to show it to the rest of the world? You know, when I started going after these guys, they used to call me goofy, lame. He doesn't know what he's doing. This African, this. I'm not saying this to brag, fellas, but I have single-handedly taken down the Passport Bro movement. I've destroyed them. I have destroyed the Passport Bros. I destroyed all of them. I got them kicked out of YouTube. And I did it with very little effort. Okay, I did it with very little effort. I have systematically taken them down one by one. When I punch them, BMT, all these guys, whenever I punch them, they don't punch back because they had never seen anything like this. They had never anticipated anything like this. Heck, I have even put O'Shea Duke Jackson down. His numbers are down too. He's worried about me. That's why he keep coming here. He's followed us now to this live stream. There's a reason why. I don't like to brag, but I know what I'm doing. I know I used to tell y'all 6 months ago that I know exactly what I'm doing and I know the guys that I'm dealing with. And I have systematically taken down the Passport Bro movement. One man. I have come out of nowhere. Nobody knew me. And I have systematically taken them down. All of them have changed their content. KG is no longer on YouTube. He's giving up his YouTube channel. This is Kid Greatness. This guy built almost 40,000 subscribers. Almost 40,000 subscribers. That's numbers that even I could dream of. I don't have 40,000 subscribers. He even has memberships. People are members. Look at him. You see? Right here. He's got members. This is pretty much a very healthy YouTube channel. He was very, very consistent. Okay? Look at this now. He hasn't posted a video in 2 months. And he stopped posting videos after I did a live stream on him. I took him down. He may come back to YouTube. He is on YouTube, but he's doing something else. He's giving this up. He's giving up a content. Look at the content. Every thumbnail had a woman in it. If it didn't have a woman, it had Austin Holloman. Each thumbnail had a woman in it. Doing degenerate bullshit all over the globe. I took him down. One live stream got him out of here. Their boss, what is his name? BMT. He tried to prove tough boy on me one day. I went back and forth with him. He even reached out to me. He wanted to talk to me. He sent me an email to have a one-on-one dialogue with me. I was going to do it, and then I took it back because I realized he was full of shit. So even their president wanted to talk to me. Why did he want to talk to me? Because he understood that they were dealing with something they've never dealt with before. So I took down this Passport Bro movement. All of them have gone into hiding like roaches. Even when they make videos, they try to make the videos look very professional. They don't want people to see those activities. Giamo Jackson, I took him down. Where is Giamo Jackson? He's gone. If you look for Giamo, he's not here. Giamo Jackson Carter. I did this thing myself. I took down Giamo. See, all these guys did videos. Giamo Jackson Carter deleted by YouTube. None of them gave me credit for it. But they knew that I did this shit. I took all these guys down systematically. I broke them down one after the other. Okay? All I needed was violations. Austin was very slick because he didn't have much of a violation because Austin Holloman had changed a lot of his content. He had changed a lot of his content, you know? But the big guns that were doing the most ridiculous shit, I took them down. And I know there's a lot more people out there that I don't know, like Blow Through, all these other guys that I don't know. I'll get to them. Skylar DeRoy, I got him the hell out of here. I got this dude out of here. I got him out of here. So one man with small following, I decided to systematically take these guys down. Got them out of here. With some help, with some support. Jay Rello with Kobe. Got him out of here. You can go do it on Rumble. You ain't doing it on YouTube. Got these motherfuckers out of here. So one man systematically took them down, and before the year ends, send me the names, keep helping me out with who these people are, because I don't know these people. Eventually, I'm going to get them the fuck out of these social media spaces. Why? YouTube was the way they made money. So I knew that if I took their money away from them, the activities were going to stop. So I was thinking ahead of them. I was 6 months ahead of them. I said that I was going to go after the thing that funds the bullshit. And eventually, I got them the fuck out of here. I'm going to try and get some more of them off. It's not easy, but I'm doing it. It's one man. Sometimes I get a little bit of help. You know, I got a good army of guys that are very savvy, that know how to navigate these things. And eventually, we're going to get all these idiots out of the internet. But maybe we don't have to. Fellas, maybe we don't have to. Why do I say that? Look at this shit right here. You got a dude that is almost encroaching 200,000 subs, 160,000 subs. And when he does videos, he can barely, in 9 days, he can barely break 6,000. This dude has almost 160,000 eyes that are subscribed that will get a notification when he posts a video. 9 days ago, I'm starting to like Sri Lanka. 5,900 views. That's like my views. That is hugely underperforming. And let me tell you one thing too. If you do a video about Sri Lanka, YouTube's algorithm will send it to people that are interested in Sri Lanka first. Your subs first, and then people that are interested in Sri Lanka. So you're going to realize that most of the people that viewed this video are from Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia. If you know a thing about YouTube monetization, people that watch these videos from those locations, the CPM and the RPM, the rate, you know, the amount of money YouTube pay per 1,000 views is very low compared to the views in the US. So you find out a video like this, 6,000 views in 9 days, he will make $20, $10, $20. That's not enough to live. You know, that's not enough to live an expert lifestyle. It's not. And these people have bad habits. They don't know how to invest money. They didn't do any work formally in the US. So during COVID, post-COVID, when they were traveling and the passport board trend became a thing, people were entertained by this. People were giving them money. They were seeing beautiful women in Colombia, in Panama, and all these places. It was intriguing. We're all bored. We're looking at it. We're like, oh, yeah, you could go over here and get these nice, beautiful women. But what they didn't tell us was that these women were prostitutes. So people thought, hey, I can be the most junkiest person in America, and I can go to Panama and get me the most beautiful girl over there in Panama for just a nice date, just dinner. But they were not telling us that they were actually paying for bucks. Okay, that's what they were doing. They were paying for bucks. Well, now that the bullshit and everything got unveiled, people are starting to tune out because nobody wants to be associated with this. So you see, he's barely struggling to get 10% of his audience to view his videos, which means his channel is making, you know, if I go to Social Blade, if you go to Social Blade, these are the channel earnings. He used to say that he made $5,000 a month, okay? Austin has gained 0 subscribers. This is net, like the guys that join and the guys that leave. He has gained 0 subs in the last 30 days. This man has gained 0. Guys, come on. Even my small channel has gained 35 subscribers in the last 6 days. Austin Holloman has 0 subscribers in the last 30 days. 0. Zero. He's making $223 on the low end to $3,600 a month on the high end. So we always want to take the median. If you take the median, it's right about $3,000 a month. You might think, oh, that's a lot of money. But if you look at this relatively, that is only $56,000 a year. Okay, at the high end, if he gets everything. This includes membership. These numbers does include membership. It doesn't include the cash apps and the thing. That's why he keeps saying hit the cash app. Okay, that's why he says hit the cash app. Hit the cash app. Hit the cash app. Most of his videos are getting anywhere from $5 to $85 to $71. If he's very lucky, 1 or 2 videos will hit. He gets about $139. This is, if you have good habits, you can still live overseas with this. But fellas, let's get the likes up. If you're making $56,000 with such a big YouTube channel, living overseas where you're paying, his channel requires him to buy air tickets and travel. So if you add hotel rooms, Airbnbs, travel, and now he has to do those Airbnbs through his friends. He has to do Airbnb through his friends because me and Kobe got his shit down. He can't get Airbnb. So he's got to do Airbnb through friends. I'm going to try and find those friends. He's going to be homeless in foreign countries with his bullshit. $56,000 a year. That's not a lot of money, bro. You know, if I break this down as a full-time salary, this is pretty much in line with the median income, household income in the United States, divided by 2080. That's about a job, 40 hours a week, $26 an hour, working 40 hours a week. But this is if he makes the high end of it, the yearly, all of it, if he gets the highest end. Remember, the high end is what you really don't get. You get somewhere in the middle, okay? So he's making $26 an hour, but he has to pay for hotel bills, flights, okay? He's in Sri Lanka. A flight from Nairobi to Sri Lanka is about $1,000, $1,200. So if you put all these things together, let's just be realistic, okay? This is poverty. This is poverty because you have to give your subscribers something for them to keep watching. So travel content means that you have to consistently travel to different destinations. And each trip costs you money. And this is his only life, like earnings. So this one and then the stupid courses that he sells from using ChatGPT to tell me, an African, or Kobe, a Kenyan, about Kenya. Okay? This man is telling Kenyans about Kenya after he's been there for 3 months. Okay? And there are people that are calling in and consulting. Fellas, if you want to know anything about Africa, you got an African here. You can just send me an email. I'll find some time to talk to you. It's free. You know, it's not going to cost you anything. Okay, I might even connect you with the real guys that can help you achieve what you're trying to achieve without all this bullshit of paying money to all these guys. I've always said, you know, I don't hate O'Shea, you know, but if O'Shea Duke Jackson knew me 6 months before he went to Africa, he would have had a different outcome. He would have had a different relationship with the Africans. But you don't move to Africa if you've never been friends with an African in the US. Don't do that. That means you are never really interested in the Africans. Because the black man, the white woman, the black man, the Asians, the people that are interested in Africa and its people, they will make African friends in the West. You know what I'm saying? They will make African friends in the West. Those African friends will connect them to family when they make that ultimate decision to visit. And it's usually a much better way to get your welcome and introduction to Africa. It's much better. It removes the scams. But Osha didn't deal with guys like me or Kobe or the guys that live here in the West. They thought they would go over there and find the real guys to work with. It doesn't work that way. You have to deal with people that are at parity with you when it comes to money. So you're going from America with a lot of money to Africa. Everybody you're talking to has less than you and they're broke. Of course, they're going to take advantage of you. But if I'm dealing with Osha before he moves to Africa, I don't need his money. Well, he may help me with the content, which is like, hey, come on my live stream or come do something, right? Which is like a little push that you would get. That's okay. But at least I won't be taking money out of his pocket. I won't be lying to him. I won't be stealing from him because I make my own money. So you have to work with these things at parity. It's the same thing. It's like me coming to the US and going to the hood and getting somebody in the hood to teach me about America. It's not going to work out. That is what these people are doing. They're going to Africa and they're dealing with our hood people. And they're saying that we Africans are horrible people, even though they're dealing with our very low class citizens. Okay? So this is how much money Austin is making. If you're at the high end, Social Blade is not accurate, but it's not off. But clearly they're losing money. They're losing views. Now, this is the channel. 5,900, 5,000, 6,400. Mind you, these videos have been up for 2 weeks. And if you go to the live tab where he uses a lot of bots to get some views, he had an 8.5 hour stream yesterday. This brother was on, he worked a full shift. 100, I don't know how many super chats he got, but he worked a full shift, 8 hours and 21 minutes live yesterday. And he got 13,000. So 13,000 in terms of dollars, that's about $30 to $40 if all these views are not bought. It'll settle by tomorrow. You know the real number. But look at these videos. I'm back in the game. So what is the game? He's back traveling. It's going to cost him more money. Cutting my hair in Sri Lanka. That's boring content. Let's just be honest, my brothers. This is boring content. I am cutting hair in Sri Lanka. That's horrible. Nobody should be watching this for content. This is not entertainment, okay? At this point, the only people that are watching are people that are just indoctrinated and they're fighting. It's like military people. They're fighting to hold the line. They're just trying to make sure the ship doesn't sink all the way. Title, Austin Holloman is live. 1,200 views. So 2 days ago, he went live 4 times. This man went live 4 times 2 days ago. Let me blow this up. He went live 4 times 2 days ago. Okay? Israel is moving to Kenya. Stupid topics. Israel is moving to Kenya twice. 3 hours, 2 hours, 55 minutes, 1 hour. This man is grinding so hard on YouTube. He's on YouTube every day, multiple hours a day. Because the money is drying up. 4 videos. Shout out to you, Raw Stack. I see you, bro. This guy is going online 4 times in a single day to get some super chats and to get some views. And the views are not viewing, 1.2K. That's like my views on the other channel if I live stream. And I'm a very small channel, 8,000, of which 2,000 of them don't watch my shit because there were data guys that were doing programming things with me 5 years ago. They probably think I'm crazy now that I talk about these things, right? These are people that don't understand what these guys, they don't know these guys. So they won't click and watch them, okay? But this is what is 4 videos just yesterday, live streaming, not add the full videos to it. That's a lot, okay? 5 days ago, 4 videos. Like this guy is sitting and living on YouTube and the topics and the thumbnails and the titles are boring. But this is very sad, This is very sad. Sometimes when I look at these and I look at young men like that, I wish I knew them personally. I wish I could guide them to something. I wish I could give them a set of things they can do to kind of turn it around. Because Austin is salvageable. You can salvage Austin. Austin is salvageable. Some people are lost, but I think Austin is salvageable. I think he's had enough of international to the point where he's starting to see that vagina is good temporarily. It's a temporary fix. Okay. Toto is a temporary fix, and if you are the type of guy, if you're like as old as me, that is not out here trying to set any records, some of us, all we need is 5 minutes, we're good to go, bro. So we don't need to go all over the globe if all we can do is 5 minutes. Why should I get on a plane for $2,000 just to do a 5-minute performance? Because that's all I got. I ain't got more than that. You know what I'm saying? I got 5. That's it. I got 5. Any more than that, you have to chemically induce. You got to throw in some blue pills, some mega performing enhancers to get your boy going beyond that. Yeah, honey pack, blue pill, whatever the names. Nowadays they got all kinds of names. In Africa, those bitters. Gustava is a Ghanaian. In Ghana we have those bitters. You put you put liquor with some herbs. Take a couple of shots and yeah. So occasionally some of us, we are at that age where we are not trying to set records. So I'm not going to spend my money. I'm cheap, bro. I don't say that proudly. But I always want to turn on my cheap dial because it helps out. These people spend money like crazy. I look at them like, how much money do you have to be spending? You're making literally median earning income and you're on flights all the time. You're sleeping in hotel rooms all the time. Casa Precubitas, there you go. That's a good one. Alomo is good too. Right? These guys are making median income and they're traveling the world as if they got some money. Which brings me to my point. My dad always used to say, you have to respect money. Okay, I kid you not. This was one of my dad's pet peeves. And my dad was a pretty wealthy man. He always used to tell us, you have to respect money. These people don't respect money. So money is telling them that when they gave them a little bit, they didn't respect it. When you don't respect money, this is what happens to you. So whatever small coins you are getting, you got to pay for what is important. You got to put some money on the side. You can always save something, bro. You can always save something. I don't care if it's 20 pennies. You can always save something. These people don't save. Austin Holloman eats more steak than me. This puppy eats more steak than me, a career professional in North America. This man eats more steak in a week than I eat in a year. This puppy eats more steak than me. And I'm actually working. These people don't work. He wakes up in the morning, car shops, cigar, chilling. I don't envy that. I don't envy it. Because that's what they're always going, oh, my haters hate me. No, I don't, fellas. I don't. I don't. I don't. Like, I looked at this, I'm like, you stole from people. Like when these are scammers, okay? These are scammers. For my Africans in the chat, when we were growing up in Africa, there used to be some guys that when you take public buses or public transport, they'll hop on and try to make a sale. Okay? I don't know if it's still around in Africa, but when you take public transport, There are people that sell local things that will jump on and sell you one pill. Okay, fellas, they'll sell you one pill, and that pill can fix your gout. That pill can make you strong in bed. That one same pill, one pill, okay? That pill will help you from not getting HIV. That one pill will prevent you from getting cocoa, which is piles, gonorrhea. So these Africans had a kill pill that solved all the medical problems in the world. They were geniuses. And they will have a quick 1 minute sales pitch. And what I watch in the car, and my friend Danso is in a chat. He's Ghanaian. Everything I'm telling you is true, man. These guys will tell you that one pill can fix all your problems, scars on your face, every disease you have. These guys, they will sell you one pill. That pill will fix all your problems, everything you have, one pill. And then after he makes his 1 minute pitch, everybody will start buying. I'm like, really? People are buying? So you mean to tell me the guy sitting in the car, they all have this disease? So you have to have that disease first, and you have to believe that one pill will fix your problem. And before he leaves that car and before that car takes off to go to the next city, he would have sold all his stockpile in 2 minutes. 1 minute for the pitch, 1 minute for the sale. And if you notice, they will have change for everybody. They will have change, like because they came prepared. They will have change for everybody. All right? And people will buy it. He will even tell you there's a word in Ghanaian language called adansie. Midi adansie. That means that you have a witness. They have witnesses that will tell you how good the medication has been and what is done for them. So people will just buy. And these people will just take off, the bars will take off and leave. Okay? But if you've come close to anybody that has bought one of these medications, it never fixes any problem. If you're not even careful, that medication will put you in hospital. Okay? That medication will put you in hospital. This is what these passport broke creators did. They tell all these guys the very nice things they need to hear about foreign countries. They are scammers. They scam you to believe that going overseas is this beautiful retirement style life, even when you've never worked a day in your life. Because the target audience is young black men. What is a 28-year-old doing traveling around the world as if he's a former military person? This is not a job for you. I understand you. If you went on vacation and you got some ass, I got no problems with any man that travels on holiday for 1 week. They were chilling out on a holiday and they got a little bit of ass on the side. Come on. You got some booty for the trip. Oh, good for you. But you should not think that it can be a lifestyle. That's the difference. I'm not against a guy that went on holiday and some chick didn't watch your ass and just put it out there and you took advantage of it. Get some ass. Good for you. Help that prostate. That's what you're supposed to do. You're a man. Get that booty. Okay, get that booty, come home and know that it was just a one-timer. Get back to work. Okay. Come home and get back to work like the rest of us. But when you uproot your life like this, bro, and you go overseas and you think that you can maintain the constant lifestyle of living in retirement like you're some rich dude, even though you're making minimum wage on YouTube, when the views dry up, life is going to be very scary. So Austin is telling us that he's coming back to America to cut hair. If you quantify the number of watch hours, I don't know if Social Blade will tell me, but if you quantify the number of watch hours that Austin Holloman has created on YouTube, these watch hours can earn you a degree. He could have done a degree in Nairobi. Who says you can do school overseas? Fellas, come on, man. If I am living in Nairobi or in Kampala, I'll spend my evenings as an expert. I'll spend my evening getting some education. Who told you the Africans don't have universities? They're good. My friend teaches at a business school in Lusaka, and they turn out some good business students. You know, in Colombia, I know Barranquilla has a very, very fabulous undergraduate program. If you're an expert, you can go to class. I did a little bit of it. You can go to class in Barranquilla and get some learning. Maybe you can go do Spanish as a foreign language first, and maybe learn some other things. So even if I was advising Austin when he was doing this at the peak of it, and he says, hey, I'm going to go settle in Nairobi or Windhoek in Namibia, I'll tell him, bro, while you are here, because sometimes he sounds like a smart dude. I'll say, bro, take an undergraduate class. There's something you must be interested in right now with all the YouTube content and the things that you've covered. Go to the University of Namibia, which is a very beautiful university. It's one of the most desired universities for Zambians. That's why I know about it. These are beautiful schools. So if you are an expert over there, while you're chilling out, you're taking classes. By the time you're done 4 years traveling, you have an undergraduate degree. And then when you come back to the US, you can do some stuff with it. This is a beautiful school. You're sitting out there in Windhoek. You could go over here and take a little undergraduate class in business administration, do some learning here. It's international education, so that's even a flex. You come over here, if you decide to do grad school, you can do it. Or like somebody said, you can start a business, a little restaurant, a coffee shop with all the dollars he made. You get a degree, do two things. Like if you are living an expat life, you can also build. College is not just in the US. College is learning. It's a learning center. So you can always learn something from other places. I went to the Russians and I learned something from them. I went to the Colombians, I learned a little bit of something from them. It doesn't always have to come from a developed country. You can do it from Europe. You can do it from Latin America. You can do it from Asia. The Asians are on a rise. You can do it from Asia. So as part of your expat life, you can be adding some education. You might be able to find an international job in these foreign countries. Why do I know that? My brother-in-law is married to a woman from Finland. And she got her education in Zimbabwe. And she's been working for international organizations in Africa for almost 30 years. So these blacks, when they go overseas, if they knew the game plan and the goal is to not want to live in America, you can do certain things to put yourself in the elite class of those communities by maybe getting an education, filling in some voids. But what do these boys do? When they go over there, they are sleeping with women, they are smoking weed, they are chilling, they are in nightclubs every night. Every time you've wasted, you're never going to get that time back. And they didn't understand me when I came on YouTube and I was making these videos. They didn't know that I was just trying to help them. You can try get some ass on the side, but all you need is 5 minutes for ass, bro. What do you do with the other 23 hours and 55 minutes in a day? You take out your little 6 hours of sleep. You can go to a little college there and take some courses. It's cheap, man. It costs about $1,000 a semester to go to school in these countries. So you could be doing a little bit of school on the side, even though you're an expat. The reason he has to do school is because he's young. Most expats are usually old retirees. So in his case, he could have just gone out there and still be chilling, getting people to pay the money and tell his audience, hey, I'm about to start college here and go to school. And maybe some of them were like, hey, at least Austin is going to school, he's doing something with his life. He's about to settle down with a nice girl. And you might steer some of your degenerate audience onto the right path, because a lot of them were living through him. But he didn't do that. He enjoyed it. The audience enjoyed it. And now the unemployment rate is up. Unemployment rate is up. There are no jobs in the US. So the super chats are lower. The cash apps are not coming in. Because me and y'all listening to me, you guys live here. I live here too. The money is tough. I just bought gas today for $4, bro. In Texas, where it's cheaper. So what do you think it costs? A lot of you guys live on the East Coast. I bet you're paying $5 a gallon right now. So everybody is stretched a little bit right now. So I can't give Austin $2 knowing that I got to put gas a quarter. That'll give me at least half a gallon. Half a gallon will give me about 20 miles in my beater, right? So I'm not going to give that $2 to Austin in a super chat. So there's a lot of people that think like me, saying, hey, I used to give you $2, but bro, I can't give you $2 right now. So right now, I'm just going to watch the video when I can. That's what is happening with these guys. I'm just going to give you a little bit of money. Sometimes they'll support your channel from time to time. But times are tough. You got to understand that shit. People are struggling. So they can't just be watching videos and giving you super chats every live stream, because you're live streaming 4 times a day. So that money is drying out, not because they hate your content. It's drying out because the economy is tough. People are losing jobs. People don't have jobs right now. And as a creator, you have to be conscious of that your audience don't have it like that, like they used to. But these fools thought the money is going to keep coming. Salute to you, Sagat. These people, salute to you, Gen Z. Salute to you, Tone 2139 is in the house. You haven't been here in a while. Mensa is in the house. Salute to you, Mensa. Me and Mensa go back and forth from time to time, but one love. One love. Today, Nana is in a good mood. Okay. So FBAs, you guys got a day off today. But that's the real thing. Like, they could have done a good, taking advantage of this. The reason they didn't is because they didn't have guidance, and they thought the money was going to keep flowing, and they didn't understand their audience. So when you build a business that is centered around taking money from people directly, soon as the people don't have the money, even if they want to give it to you, it's not going to come. And just viewing the video alone, you got to get 1,000 eyes. You got to get 1,000 eyes watching 5 minutes straight of a video to get $10, bro. If you are lucky. No, $5. $10, you got to get quite a bit to get some money. You guys know I'm very transparent with AdSense. I'll show it to you, right? You got to get even $10 on YouTube, you need at least 2,000 views at a good CPM. That's 2,000 eyes that have to watch that video for at least 5 to 8 minutes. And if I'm struggling to get a job and I'm trying to figure shit out, I may tune in occasionally and watch the video, but I can't watch the video all the time. Salute to you, Elijah Mott, for joining us and subscribing to the channel. Salute to you, bro. Welcome. And I saw him really, really upset at his audience because they couldn't give him, he said they couldn't pay the money for him to go to the next destination. So he was upset at the audience. Like, why? Why do you have to be upset at your audience because they didn't give you the money, bro? They've been giving you money for 3 years. And now they don't have jobs. People have lost their jobs. So as a creator, you have to understand that. He said he's back in the game. I want to see what the game is. Does it mean traveling more, spending more money, doing the same shit again? That is something that most people do when they're trying to revive something they've lost. Like, sometimes you won the lottery, you spend all the money. You're like, damn, I should have done this with the money. But because I didn't, let me go back and replay the lottery. In replaying the lottery, I'm going to play a whole lot. And if I win, then I'll make the new changes that I need to do. That's what Austin is trying to do. He's trying to get back to that kind of money that he used to make. Then he can go back and now recalibrate and maybe make better decisions with the money that came in. Also, you got to remember the money dried out because of the work people like Kobe, me, and the other guys did after J. Rello, after Kid Greatness bullshit, and after Floyd Wallace. A lot of people, especially black men, realized that they can be funding pedos. So they decided not to give their money to shit like this. And I applaud them for doing that. So these guys are no longer giving them money because they don't trust what these people do with the money. That's what is happening to them. Let's watch a little bit.
Go buy some shoes. What did I spent time making videos trying to just create.
No charisma, bro. Look, this is what I've been following a few of his last few videos, bro. This is all he does. He just like it's like an IRL, but without structure, without plan. He just like fires it up because he needs people to watch so he can get some money. And I'm looking at the thing, bro. I'm looking at the, like the live replay. The super chats are not coming in either. I'm not seeing, because it'll tell you if you go back to the live replay, it'll tell you. I'm looking at the live replay. There are no super chats, bro.
In the place that I told y'all to go to, and the pushback that I was getting for saying those things is crazy. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna charge you double the price. So,
guys, I've been watching 10 minutes of this video, and there is no super chat. Like a whole 10 minutes. The old days when you watch Austin Holloman, there would be cash apps, there would be super chats, like literally like every 10 minutes you see 2 minutes you see 3 or 4 guys, $1.99, $2.99, $9.99, $3.99, $2.99. I'm looking at all these things. There hasn't been any cash apps on the screen. Nothing. People just don't have the money to fund bullshit anymore. There we go. We got our first super chat. When you're going to Vietnam, nephew, $2. Even when it comes in, the money is not that great, bro.
they were gonna sit somewhere around 40 or 30, like, $900. So that's like 150
Trying to see if it'll come on the
from
screen.
Dallas. My bag was overweight, and they told me if I didn't reduce the weight, they were gonna charge me $350 fucking dollars. Now keep in mind the flight was only like $900. So that's like 35%, somewhere around 40 or 35% of the value of the flight. They were gonna charge on top. Airlines are a scam, bro.
A whole big YouTuber complaining about $90 for an extra baggage, bro. The money's not coming in. Send him a super chat tomorrow. Yeah, this is sad, man. This is sad. Now, these guys, they need these super chats to get going. How is he going to buy an air ticket if these boys are not giving him any money? The views are, I showed you the views. The views are not good. So he needs the cash apps and the super chats and the consultations that he sells to go. Fellas, if all these guys that are watching can't give your man $2, you think they're going to call him for a $100 consultation? They're not. People just don't have the money. It's just that you got to understand the times you were in. The unemployment rate is going up. Credit card debt is at an all-time high right now. Repos are up. Okay, over 3 million cars have been repoed this year alone. So people just don't have the money. And then gas prices are up 20% over the last 2 weeks. I just bought $4 gas in Texas. I never seen $4 gas in my entire life here in Texas. Over here in Texas, we spend $2 and change on per gallon. So if we're buying $4 in Texas, where we have the oil and the refinery, what do you think the guys in New York are paying or the guys in California are paying? Some of you guys that are watching me, you're on the coast, west and east. I bet you're paying $5, $6, man. Please let me know in the chat how much gas is per gallon for the base gas, the normal one. What do you call the normal one? 87 or 88?
Did we get a super chat? I can't see.
You all heard me? You all heard him? He says, "Did we get a super chat? I can't see." That's how much longer he was waiting for a super chat to come in. This is really sad, bro. Like he waited 11 minutes for the first super chat to come in. He acknowledged it real fast because it's so important to him. And he even had to call it out. Like, did we get a super chat? I'll let you guys listen to it one more time.
Did we get a super chat? I can't see.
Soon as the super chat came in, he turned on the other thing for his cash app, the courses, all the guides, the things he needs people to buy. This is just a scam. This is just a money grab. It's low value, no value. And I'm glad that black men, somebody said in the comment section, these dumb ass FBAs. So I don't want to say that, but I'm glad that some blacks have opened up their eyes and saying, hey, shit, we're not going to be paying for shit like this. It's not helpful to them. It's not going to help them grow. These are tough times. You got to start taking your life a little bit more seriously. The times for play is over. We're done playing. Like we need live streams that tell us about jobs and where the opportunities are. And if it's about travel, we need live streams that would tell us legitimately the things we can do to work remotely so we can live overseas peacefully and nice. Not this junk where you're telling people, hey, you got to become a YouTuber to be able to live overseas. No, you can't live off an algorithm, bro.